Hey, this is Rich. Welcome back. I just finished week 87 taking weight loss drugs. I took this week's shot just a few moments ago. So far, so good. So I'm still on Mounjaro. And by the way, I haven't mentioned in a while, I am at the 7.5 dosage. I met with my doctor a couple of weeks ago, and we decided to stay at the 7.5 dose instead of going up higher. I guess I can go quite a bit higher still, but I will do that slowly and only when I need to, but I'm not going to do it too slowly. I think that's one of the things I goofed on Wegovy. I went too slowly. Anyhow, let's talk about this week. I actually ran across a really good YouTube video it's by Dr. G's Lifestyle Medicine. I watch him all the time. I really think he talks plainly. He explains what's going on. He gives good, solid advice. I don't know if I can't vouch for him in his medical, how he is as a doctor, but if he's anything like he is on YouTube, he's an awesome doctor. So he talks a lot about GLP-1s and what's going on and gives advice. I watch him all the time. So I would say take a look at him. It's Dr. G's Lifestyle Medicine. I'll put a link in the description too. He talked about the 10 nevers, to do with GLP-1 medication that will cause you to fail. So don't ever do these things. And I'll just run through them real quick, and I'll put a link to his video in my thing. The first one is never get dehydrated. And I find that a lot. I find that I'm drinking a lot more. I'm peeing a lot more. I think that's partly because I'm losing weight, and when you're losing weight, you're peeing it out. But I find myself drinking a lot more, and if I don't pay attention, I am pretty doggone thirsty. I'm a thirsty person anyhow, so I drink a lot of water anyhow, but don't stop drinking, because if you drink, the scale's gonna show you gained weight, and it's not. That's not gaining weight. Losing fat is how you lose weight. Drinking water in reasonable levels and staying hydrated is not gaining weight. That's just a momentary pause in your weight journey. The second one is never drink your calories. So I did that a lot before I started taking GLP-1s, but because I had to I wanted to control my calories, and I wanted to control, so I just had to really be very prescriptive of what I ate, because I wanted to get a lot of protein, I wanted to get some fiber, and boy, if you start adding in sugared sodas or alcoholic beverages on a regular basis, you're done. You just can't do it. I can't fit it all together. It's that jigsaw puzzle that comes with too many pieces, and you say, I don't know how to make the jigsaw puzzle fit. So don't drink your calories. Never rely on the scale. Like I said in the beginning with drinking water, people restrict their water thinking that they're losing weight, and they're not, right? I know that. I try not to drink just before I hop on the scale for measuring each week, but once I've done that, then I run and grab a bunch of water, and I drink all night long, and it's just the few moments before I step on the scale that I don't drink water. Just be careful about what you're doing and trying to fix it so the scale shows something better than where you're actually at. This is a marathon. You've heard the old adage, it's a marathon, not a sprint. This is a marathon, and you have to approach it that way. So just a momentary gain because you didn't drink any water, or a momentary loss on the scale because you didn't drink any water, it's not sustainable. So don't do it. Never do freestyle dosing. So I don't. I have the pens, and I don't do the compound pharmacies and do my own thing. I don't ever do more than one pin a week. I don't skip a pin, except for one time I skipped because I was going on vacation. I didn't know how to do it, right? I was going to be gone for more than a week. And so by the time I got back, it was like 10 days. So I did miss that week just because I didn't have refrigeration where I was going. But otherwise, I take it at almost the exact same time every week, and I take it just before I'm talking to you. And there has been lots of times I've sat down and said, oh, I got to start over because I didn't take the shot. And I always make sure I stop. I take the shot because otherwise I'll forget. I'm an old guy. I forget things. So I always take the exact amount that I'm supposed to be taking, and I take it when I'm supposed to be taking it. And I do that pretty religiously. One of the things that I learned from him, and not this video, but of long ago, and I think I even talked about it, is I tried different places on my body for taking the shot. And it says never do the same spot every single time. So don't always take it right, and I don't know if you can see my belly, you take it right here. Don't always take it right here. Switch around, at least move from side to side of your belly button. Move from your legs to your stomach to your arms. Just move around a little bit so that you don't irritate your skin, you don't irritate your body. Never crash diet. So don't skip meals, right? And it's really easy to say, oh boy, I'm not doing well, I'm just going to skip a meal, I'm going to call it fasting. Well, there's fasting and there's skipping meals. So fasting is a very thought out process that you're following, very prescriptive ways of doing it. Skipping meals is I just don't eat supper so that I weigh better in the morning. Don't do that, because again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not sustainable is the biggest thing. Never skip or never let up on the protein. And that's something that I really have focused on in the last, especially since I started Mounjaro, since November, last 3-4 months. I am getting plenty of protein now. In his video, he said 100 grams of protein generally is what people need, give or take a little bit for men and women. I try to shoot for about 150, just because I'm a bigger guy. And I want to, at the end of it, it says, take your protein level in grams and turn it into pounds, and that's pretty much what you should have. I don't know, that seems a little bit high to me. So if we take 150 grams of protein, which is a lot, that's what a 150-pound person should weigh. I don't buy that. I don't think that little trick works at all. But you do what you think is best, but try to get more protein. Try to get 20 or 30 grams of protein in every meal so that you're really spreading it out too. Never skip strength training. I am a big offender of this, huge. And now when I cut my thumb is better. It's still a little tender, but I stopped wearing any kind of bandage or a Band-Aid to protect it. It's almost back to the same as before I used that little mandolin slicer thing and sliced off the little piece of skin on my thumb, which could have been a lot worse actually. But because of that, just picking things up and doing strength training is not an option right now. But I do have a set of barbells that I purchased and I can't use because I cut my thumb. I'm going to have to find another reason why I can't use them in the future. But I'm not going for massive weight gain. I decided not to join a gym just because there's so many things there I wouldn't use and I wouldn't go. And I figured if I have a couple of barbells in my house that I can do some very lightweight training, doing some curls or maybe some lunges, just bending over with them, picking them up, that type of thing. Very lightweight. I'll talk more about that in a future video. Another one is never let movement drop. Boy, this is a big one, and you might not think about it, but once you start losing weight and once you start taking in a lot less calories, you become a little more tired, or at least I become a little more tired and easily tired, and I just think, oh, I don't have the energy to do everything. So try if you're a person who runs around the house, try to make sure you're running around the house when you're doing things. Try not to let things cause you to say, well, I won't do it this time anymore. And then finally, never eat heavy combo meals. So don't eat the way we all ate before we started this, because we got that way because we're eating high fat, high carb meals. He's saying, don't do that. Don't act like nothing's changed. Don't take the drug and then think I can eat a whole pizza, or don't take the drug and think I can go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac, of fries, a malt, or a shake, and an apple pie. And boy, because I took the drug, I'm going to lose weight. It doesn't work that way. I have to diet. I find it hard to believe nobody else has to diet. I have to diet. I have to be very conscious of what I'm eating. And I also have to make sure, and he doesn't list this one, but I'll give you a bonus 11th one. Make sure that when you're doing it, I track all my food, and I am shocked some days when I hit my calorie count, and I'm thinking, but I'm not done eating yet. And it's because I went crazy in the daytime, or I thought I was eating something good, but it was too much of something good, or it was not quite as good as I was hoping it was going to be when the tracker told me how many calories and things were in it. So make sure you track your food and don't just keep eating the way you used to. So those are the 10 things that he said. I think he's a great physician. I think it's, or at least a great person who gives good advice. Anyhow, let's get to some of the fun stuff. What's the difference between black-eyed peas and chickpeas? What's the difference between black-eyed peas and chickpeas? Black-eyed peas can sing a song. Chickpeas can only hummus one. I told a friend this joke, and he just looked at me, and it wasn't like that's the dumbest joke I ever heard. He just looked at me. I says, hummus is made from chickpeas. So in case you didn't know that, you shouldn't have to explain my jokes, but that was a good joke. And then secondly, you know, I do this here, but then I also take some videos when I'm at work. I take some videos when I'm out in the park. You've seen it before. Somebody stole my selfie stick. I must have left it someplace. I came back and it was gone. Somebody stole my selfie stick. I hope they take a good long look at themselves. No? I thought it was funny. Anyhow, how did I do this week? So this week, I lost another 2 pounds. So I've been losing pretty gradually. That's exactly what I'm shooting for. I don't know how I'm accidentally hitting the smaller marks, but I did. I lost 2 pounds. That makes a total of 37 since I've been on Mounjaro, and a total on my whole weight loss journey of 124. We'll see you next week.